Have an amazing project you want to show off? Share it on Adafruit Show and Tell with Lady Ada and friends.
Hi, my name is Chris Young. I'm a maker and a developer of assistive technology solutions for myself and other disabled people. I've appeared on the Adafruit Show and Tell over 55 times. I'm the author of 14 learning guides on the Adafruit learning system. I made this video that I hope can be shown on Show and Tell one last time. That's because I'm announcing my retirement as a maker and a developer. I have a genetic neuromuscular disease, spinal muscular atrophy, or SMA. On July 12th, I'll turn 71. There's strong evidence I may be the oldest living person with SMA type 2. Recently, my age and disability have severely reduced my ability to work actively as a maker. I can only get up in my wheelchair for about 4 hours, and on many days I stay in bed all day. Also, right after my birthday, I'll be moving to a skilled nursing facility. This combination makes it unlikely that I can do much more development. I still might be able to tweak some software, but for the most part, I have to retire. My first appearance on Show and Tell was December 29, 2012. Here's what I looked like. Here's what Lady Ada and Phil looked like. I demonstrated my first Arduino-based project, which I called my remote-controlled remote control. I wired 3 small microswitches into an infrared remote that sent a signal to an Arduino Uno atop my TV. That box had a 16 by 2 character LCD display. As you push the buttons, you navigate the menus on the display. And when you select, the set-top box transmits infrared commands to my TV and cable box. The competing IR signals sometimes interfered, so I replaced the bedside remote with an Arduino Nano and an XP Series 1 radio to communicate between the 2 boxes without interference. Another box with an XP has an alarm to wake my family or roommates if I need something in the middle of the night. I later added a BLE breakout board to give me switch-accessible control of my iPad. This became the basis for a portable device I call my ultimate remote control. It does infrared control of my TV, cable, Blu-ray, surround sound, mouse and keyboard on my PC, and accessible switch control of my iPhone. This device is documented in my largest learning guide ever, 17 pages. Also, part of that project are guides for my infrared I/O board, and another guide for creating custom fonts for the Adafruit GFX graphics library. I just completed work on an upgraded version of this system that I'll be using in the nursing facility. In the bedside box, the obsolete Arduino Nano has been replaced with a Feather M0 BLE. The XP radios have been replaced with RFM69 Feather wings. There's also a non-latching relay wing. It's connected to a cable that will plug into the nurse call system at the nursing facility. The set-top box has been upgraded from an old 8-bit Arduino Uno to a Feather M4 and a 3.5 TFT display. The last time I was on Show and Tell was in July 2024, when I demonstrated advanced software for the TRRS Trinky assistive technology device. I have to give a shout out to my late father, Kenny Young, and my good friend Bill Benko from AT Makers, who built these projects for me from my designs. Not all of my projects from the Adafruit learning system were assistive technology. I created a digital clock using a ring of 60 neopixels, a soundboard, and an IR interface to set it up. It'll play chimes, music, or voice recordings on the hour or the quarter hours. Another favorite project of mine was a two-player gaming system using a pair of PyGamer boards connected via RFM69 radios. I implemented Tic-Tac-Toe and Battleship as a demo. However, I included a library that makes it easy to implement your own games. You can easily implement chess, checkers, poker, or any two-player turn-based games. Although I'm retiring as a maker, my other avocation is writing. I recently sold my first piece of short fiction, which will be published in an upcoming anthology by B Cubed Press. And I plan to continue producing my podcast, Contemplating Life, which is mostly autobiographical. I describe it as talking about disability, religion, politics, entertainment, and anything else I feel like talking about. I provided links in the description to everything mentioned here. I want to offer my deepest thanks to Lady Ada, Phil, and everyone at Adafruit for all they've done for me personally and for the disability and maker communities in general. It's been an honor and a pleasure to collaborate with all of you on these great projects. Keep up the good work. I'm anxious to see what the future holds for the maker and disability communities.